We are back at it again today with a bit of a different project. Today we're making a gift for my daughter. It's something I think every young family needs, and that's a growth chart. Instead of marking the door frame, because we're probably going to move eventually, I decided to build something custom that can come with us. Instead of doing one large piece of wood, I decided to make a modular system with the laser engraver based on some hexagons, build out a whole kind of wall display with a few fun features. So for this project, we're mainly going to be using the Acmer P3 laser engraver for the cutting and engraving. It's that weird season in between Christmas and New Year's where I don't actually have a lot of work to do, so I can do a more personal project, which I'm really excited about. So let's get into it. Jumping into Fusion, where most projects start. Normally I build everything out myself, but for this project I found this cool design on Etsy, so I decided to support Sawdust and Sweet Tea Co. They made this super simple hexagon growth chart, SVG, super easy, downloaded it. I'm gonna change the name at the top, of course. This is meant to be a fast, quick project. I wanna finish the whole thing today, hopefully. This is also going to give me a great opportunity to try out some new software from Acmer tool. I'm quite excited about this because I'm not a big Lightburn fan. My process for this is actually going to be quite simple. I'm basically just going to take these hexagons, duplicate them in Acmer tool, add some customizations, and tell the software whether each line should be cut, engraved, or filled with engraving. Since I was able to select the material, I didn't need to mess with any of the power or speed settings as they were already optimized to work perfectly for the wood that I'm using. Before we can finish with the laser engraving software, we need to know how big of stock wood we're using in the laser engraver. So I'm going to cut up my board into 40 centimeter by 30 centimeter rectangles. And just like that, clean and easy, we got our stock pieces that we're going to use to cut out our hexagons. All right, moving on to laser engraving. This is the fun part for me because I'm not the biggest fan of woodworking. I loaded up the wood and did a quick test engraving to make sure that the engravings would happen in the right place on the wood. But for some reason, I ran into an issue where it kind of hit the back and it messed up. I swapped the design to be angled the other way so it would all fit properly. That's one issue I haven't seemed to be able to get to work right so far on the P3. 0x and 0y in the software is not 0x and 0y in the actual engraver. It's kind of like offset and it doesn't align properly. I don't know why, so if anyone in the comments knows, that would be super helpful. Now that my layout is correct and all of the testing is done, it's time to send a full run of engraving and cutting to the machine to have it do its thing. Cutting out and engraving 4 of these panels at once takes about a half hour in total with the 48-watt module. It's quite fascinating watching the machine accelerating back and forth, burning off small sections pass by pass. Although I am very grateful to have a laser engraver with an enclosure and air purifier. While it was engraving, I couldn't smell anything as the fans kept up, exhausting all of the smoke. The first pass turned out really nicely, although the stock settings left a few tiny sections where it didn't quite cut all the way through. So I adjusted it by 50 slower, and the next round it cut all the way through perfectly. Not bad in comparison to Lightburn, where I spent half of my time trying to figure out the best settings before I even do a first cut. I did start to notice that the smoke started leaking out of the holes in the enclosure near the end of the third set, but a quick change of the filter in the air purifier and it was right back to keeping up with all the smoke that the 48-watt laser could throw its way. So far, we've done about 2 hours of laser engraving and cutting, and it's time to switch it up to the infrared head. I want to add in a couple of tiles that let us mount photos and artwork with magnets, so I got the engraver to do a quick engraving on an iron sticker that I have, and then I got to processing the tiles. I sanded each tile, leaving a bit of the charred edges as I do like that look, and I went home to stain and top coat each piece. Unfortunately, I left them outside to dry without realizing the temps outside would drop below freezing, ruining the top coat. So I had to redo the sanding, staining, and top coat. Then finally, I just had to add in some Velcro for easy mounting as I wasn't allowed to add any holes in the wall for this project. I actually took them down already to let them finish drying properly, not in my daughter's room, and the Velcro separated nicely, so I'm glad I took this approach. I wanted something that could grow with her, so I'm excited to see what kind of ideas she will have in the future for additional tiles. I also wanted the growth measurements to really stand out, so we decided to paint on little white labels that we can write her age and height on, making it easy to see them. I'm sure she'll want to try out different colors in the future as well, and I'm excited for this to be a thing. And with that, it was time to see if my wife liked the final look. What do you think?
Wow! It is so nice.
Do you actually like it?
Yeah. Wow, super cool. Savannah, this is so cool. Look. Look. It's very cool.
Do you think she'll like doing her artwork?
Yeah. Okay, ready, Joel?
Yeah. You're already 2 feet tall! There's something so satisfying about building things for the people that we love with our own hands instead of buying them from a store. This was the perfect little project to spend a day on before the new year, and I'm excited to see what 2026 has in store for our family. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again in 2026.